Good morning. Today is February 12th, 2023. My name is Laura Chung. I am the author of How to Manifest 40-Day Journey to Making Your Dreams a Reality. That's the book right here. And we are on day 23. It's so nice to have you here. Thank you for joining. I know this is not the scheduled time, but I do have a life and I am going to New Jersey out of all places in like about an hour. So, so I just wanted to make sure that we do this in the morning because it's really important every morning to get your mind right, to get your body right. And yeah, so today is February 12th. Like I said, this is going to be such a beautiful week. Personally, I think the energies are really just chef's kiss for us to manifest and incubate and I like this phrase, pregnant with possibilities, and that's what it feels like. We have a beautiful Venus Neptune conjunction this week, Valentine's Day if you celebrate that, and then Pisces season. So let's go ahead, and today I'm going to pick an animal from the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit deck by Kim Krantz. This was one of my first like oracle decks ever, and I love this deck. So, what animal has a message for us today? What animal has a message for us today? And today we are talking about pleasure and creation, which is another one of my favorite days. Okay, so we have the hyena. I know that doesn't sound sexy, but let's see what the hyena has to say. And this is a collective message, so it will resonate with somebody. Okay, humor, wit, sarcasm. The hyena personality is a jokester and crowd pleaser, but below the surface, there are unfulfilled dreams to be realized. When the hyena card appears, it's time to reflect on your reliance on sarcasm and humor to express your truth. Are you using jokes to hide old resentments in relationships or to mask things that you feel uncomfortable discussing? What would happen if you took your goals seriously? When in balance, charming, witty, fun to be around. When out of balance, scrappy, petty, suspicious. To bring into balance, sobriety. I actually really feel like this is like a Gemini energy. It's like, and I love Geminis. They are my sister sign for my rising sign. It's like when you're going through something painful and to like lighten the mood, you make jokes and you make light of what it is that's really hurting you. In this case, this card is talking about our dreams. And sometimes we make these stories in our heads, like reasons why we can't do something, right? Either we say, like, let's say your dream is to become famous, like an actress or actor, and you make these stories up in your head, but you say it in like a joking way, like, "Oh, I could never be on the screen because I'm fat, or I'm ugly, or I'm short, or whatever the case may be," and you keep repeating these thoughts in your head, and that's a story you created for yourself. Meanwhile, there's you know all the reasons why that's not true. Like factually, it's not true just because we see all different kinds of bodies, maybe not like maybe not to the extent where we should see all different kinds of bodies, but I think that now more than ever we're seeing a variety of bodies and skin tones, and it takes that undoing of that story and realizing that it's actually not real. It's an illusion I made up in my head because maybe when I was a child, somebody told me I was too short. Somebody told me I wasn't a good singer. Somebody told me I couldn't be an artist. And then we carry those stories around in our heads forever. And I always carried the story that I couldn't be an artist because they starve. It's the starving artist trope that you couldn't do something creative because innately doing something creative wasn't able to like make you a living where you can survive. And since meeting all different kinds of artists, I've proven to myself that that story was not true. I went to a Valentine's Day party yesterday, which is why I'm like struggling here a little bit, just a little tired. Um, I I was talking to a full-time photographer. I was talking to somebody who builds sets. I was talking to somebody who literally is an artist, somebody who makes cakes. So the more and more I expose myself to different people, the more I realized that those stories I made up in my head were just not true. And they were just things that I absorbed from my environment and my parents and the people that I was surrounding myself with. And that's on me when I realize, that I need to surround myself with people who are dreamers, who want to make their lives um, maybe not comfortable, but they want to make their lives more expansive. And that's the camp that I'm in personally. And so that's why I've been in during Aquarius season, where it's all about meeting different communities. I've been going to the city more. I've been meeting new friends. I've been like putting myself out there. And every single time I meet a new person, I'm astounded by the fact that like there are people out there doing what they love to do and they're making it. So it's just more evidence for me that whatever it is that you want to do, whatever it is that you are manifesting, it just takes stepping into unraveling some of these stories that we've told ourselves and take them seriously. And I know we went over all of this during week 3, but I just want to reiterate how important that is because clearly this card came up and it's a collective message. So um, just like ask yourself, what is this story and where did it come from? And maybe can I reform a new story? So now I say to myself, you could totally become an artist and make money. Totally, because I meet them all the time. And I live in one of the most expensive states in the world, near one of the most expensive cities to live in the world, and there's still artists making it. Is it hard work? Maybe. I'm trying to reframe like working hard and grinding and hustling, but it's definitely going to take your belief in yourself and not giving up. So today is day 23, pleasure and creation. I'm going to read the little quote at the top. There is one great truth on this planet. Whoever you are or whatever it is that you do, when you really want something, it's because that desire originated in the soul of the universe. It's your mission on earth. That's by Paulo Coelho, The Alchemist, which is one of my favorite books. The first thing I learned during yoga teacher training in India was how to harness sexual energy to create a desired outcome. My teacher didn't call it manifestation, just as I mentioned yesterday when we discussed the sacral chakra. The same energy that creates life and babies has the potential to create a project, art, and music. Pleasure and eroticism do not just mean sex. They represent our ability to tap into our deep creative potential. Many people will say, I'm not creative, but what they mean is that they don't resonate with traditional meanings ascribed to creativity, such as skill in painting or creating music. But we are all creators. We create our lives through our vision, will, and action. When you do the things you are passionate about, you allow the energy to flow. When you allow this energy to flow versus holding it in, you don't project those feelings out as lust or need. When you flow, you instead emit magnetism. And what we talked about yesterday with the energy centers is that energy doesn't want to be contained. It doesn't want to be stagnant. Energy needs to flow. Same like money. When you hold on too tightly, that's stagnation. When you let go too easily, that's also from the same root of scarcity. So just think about that. There is an entire chapter in Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill on transmutation of sexual energy. Sexual energy can be manifested in many different ways. Most people will relate sexual energy to the act of sexual intercourse. But again, that energy can be used to be the flow of creative energy. In this chapter, Hill talks about using this energy to manifest money because these energies are stored in the same place. They're fundamentally the same. As Swami Satyananda Saraswati wrote in Kundalini Tantra, Kundalini is creative energy. It is the energy of self-expression. This is the energy we all want to tap into to be in the flow. Do you have a burning desire or passion about something or someone? That's great because you can redirect that energy not from a place of longing, but by channeling that energy into something creative. By creative, I don't just mean painting again or writing a song, although you could do that. In this case, it means that you can focus the immense creative passion into whatever medium you love. Your love can be the engine driver of whatever you are manifesting. From week one, you clarified your vision and stated an intention. With that intention, you started to move forward toward your manifestation, driven by the power of your desires. So if you feel an overwhelming ardor toward your crush, investigate it. That desire is valid and can be channeled. Spend time today thinking about your own sexual and erotic energy. And another great resource to read is it's by Audre Lorde, Erotic Power. Now let me look it up. Erotic Power, Audre Lorde. It's such a good, it's not a book, it's like an essay. The uses of the erotic as power by Audre Lorde. And it's such a powerful read about how specifically women, if you identify as a woman, but really it's all about harnessing this creative energy inside of us and how the state suppresses that and makes eroticism and pleasure to be deemed as like evil, right? Because our country has puritanical roots. But that energy, like I said, yes, it can be manifested as sexual like intercourse energy, but it doesn't have to always be that way. That energy is the same energy that helps us create. It comes from the same place. It comes from the same energy center. And when we allow ourselves to feel desire, allow ourselves to feel pleasure, it's literally the life force energy that turns us on. It turns us on to create. And it's an overflowing energy that when we allow that overflow, we have more than enough to give to others when we tap into that for ourselves. So that's another good resource to read. And let's see, where were we? Okay. So today's meditation is the Creatrix meditation. And this is really about like tuning into this area of your body, like your womb space. And everybody has a womb space, whether you have a uterus or not. So I'll like give you the directions and you can do it on your own time. But you just sit like we have done in previous meditations. You sit, ground yourself, breathe into your body. And this is like really like being in the present moment in your body. And you can place your hands on your stomach in your womb space. And as you breathe, you allow the energy to go to that area of your body. And you ask yourself, what wants to be birthed through me? What project, what, business, what collaboration, what ideas, what wants to be birthed through me? Is there a book? Is there a script? Is there a screenplay? Is there a business? Is there a song? Is there art? Is there, whatever it is, it's in there. It's just latent. It's waiting to be awakened. And then how can I channel these energies through my vessel? Like you are the vessel for the greater, higher power. And if there's no answers, that's okay. Maybe you aren't meant to receive that yet. And then the go deeper exercise is for pleasure. Carve out time. And whatever that means for you. Like obviously this area of our bodies are super sensitive and not everybody has a positive experience with pleasure and sex. So do this at your own safety, how you feel safe and secure in your own body. And a mantra you could repeat to yourself is, I'm a magnificent creature who is worthy of pleasure. Um, so if you want to do that deeper exercise, you can do that. But really, this is to help you, again, just grounding your energies and ask yourself, like, and your body, what wants to be birthed through me? Because we're entering Pisces season this week, which is a like a birthing. It's like we were in our mother's watery womb. This is where we become incubated and pregnant, and then when it becomes Aries season, that's when this is birthed. So take your time and sit with your body. Again, it takes time to get used to these kind of things because maybe it's hard for you to sit still. Maybe it's hard for you to breathe and quiet your mind. And so, the more and more you do this every single day, the more and more your ego calms down and it quiets down and it matures so that your higher self can come through. And be gentle with your ego because they were defense mechanisms put there to protect you. It's just there to protect you. So that's the exercise for today. Just to look forward, tomorrow is day 24, the universal laws, and tomorrow's a longer day because there's a lot to go get through. It's a very important day as well. But please like and subscribe. And next week I'm going to be in Cartagena, Colombia, for my cousin's wedding. So I will post the schedule the day before. So make sure you're subscribed on the community tab. And yeah, if you want a one-on-one Reiki session with me or astrology reading, all those links are down below. Thank you so much for joining on this journey with me and have a beautiful day. Bye.